Alright, are the sounds working? Okay, everything in order. Yeah, these things. Twitch is like, your bit rate is blah blah blah, and then YouTube's like, it's low, it's too low. Which is, it's too high. Come on, like, make a choice. Come on. Damn. Okay. Getting my setup ready. Trying to. Oh. There we go. All right, what do we got here? We got noisy cricket. Go. There we go. There we go. All right. Probably not streaming for too long this time. So this is almost done. I'm not sure if we're gonna hear it this time. You probably gotta get back to me the next time I'm streaming. But one thing I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna start something else. So we're gonna look what that could be, and we only got one pot to put in this one, right? I think that's it. So I'm gonna look into something else. I already have one picked up, the Noble's Overdrive, the classic one. So I have never had the pleasure to try one out, but you know, it's one of those pedals that you see all the time on people's boards, especially the pro musicians. So yeah, why not? I can build one. We got the Vero board, thanks to, again, my sponsor, Data Electronics there. So again, I gotta say that all of this stuff that you need to build pedals, you can get from there, like one place. And then they also got the UV printing and drilling service and all that kind of stuff. So that's really good, amazing. So yeah, again, thank you for making these streams possible. And so yeah, Nobles. But first, I'm gonna do this. And the next time when I'm done with that, I have started the other one and so on. We got this one. So my own little 10-inch speaker cabinet that I built, and it has Celestion G10, whatever, in here. And I'm gonna hook the noisy cricket into that. and I will mic it up, and that's how we're gonna then test this out, this little amp. So that's my plan for the streams for now. So the nobles get this to a mic out, and then hopefully this week too I'm gonna actually do some software stuff, so I'm gonna be streaming something like that. But yeah, let's see what we were missing. So I think we have our so this is the tone. We don't have the gain. So the gain knob is missing, and that's 1K logarithmic. I don't have that, so we're gonna use the 2K that I have here. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And let's heat up the iron, get some stuff out of the way. As I said, I'm running out of pots. Oh, for the gain, I could actually use this one, the B one. I'm gonna just do that. That's a plan. There we go. Oh. Nobles, nobles. Oh, and yeah, again, in case anyone's checking out, and I hang out in a few. I hang out in Discord group, also on Reddit, and there's always like new people coming there. I want to start building, and I have a few recommendations, of course, and one of them is learn the soldier. Good. That's the first thing. Like practice a little. It's usually that's the thing that's always like, what's wrong with my build? It's that's what's wrong with your build. It's the soldiering. Dude, I built my first pedal. It's not working. What's wrong? It's the soldering. It's just, and you can see it right away. You know, when there's cold joints, too much solder, bridges between, especially when people do the wearable builds. You know, and if you're one of those people that wants to start building pedals, especially on strip board, I mean, you can have a kit as well. You know, you can do the same mistakes. It's good to just look up some tips. I do have a video on my channel about how to solder, and it just shows you like a few examples what a good solder is. Oh. Yeah. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna use this one. So gain 1, 2, gain 3. Yeah, so I'm gonna have these soldered together. So I'm gonna link them with the usual copper wire. And of course, any help supporting the streams is much appreciated. You can go to Coffee, check my Coffee page. I have some like cool utility things like these actually on sale there. So these are for the, let me show you, the foot switches. I can't ship to the United States though at the time because of the stupid international crap going on, but like that. So you put that board on your, and then you hook everything from your port into this one, and they will come with the resistor that you need for the LED already attached there. So it's an SMD. So yeah, I do sell those. So actually, if you'd like, you can support me by getting something useful for yourself. Those are, though, I gotta say, just for I made the holes pretty small, so those are to be used with 24 AVG wire. There we go. 1, 2. All right. That looks good. All right. Then I'll just click those little. Right, that goes there. That goes there. Yes. Hold up. I gotta check. I can barely see the chat, so I gotta do something about that. There we go. Those are there. Nice exposure. It's all right. All right. It's all right here. We played some Magic the Gathering today with a friend earlier today, and now I'm just gonna geek out with some other stuff, and then I might just also head out for a bit after my stream, because I'm having something going on again with my shoulders. So I've been sitting down too much or something, but it's starting to feel a bit. So I might go out and do some frisbee golf. There's a few baskets on a schoolyard nearby, so I can just go there and do some putting. And then there's also actually a field next to that where I can go and throw a little bit too. Base switch. Yeah, so we should be able to do it. Like I'm gonna use this. So I have different ones here, capacitors, and it's a 2-pole 6-way, actually. No. Ah man, it's actually turns 12 times. Yeah, you gotta take care of it, you know, like especially when you're on the computer a lot. You just, you know, that's what happens. Just and it's because a lot of times we just slouch down. We don't sit straight, and we're like hunched over, and you know that's not good. So yeah, that's what happens. All right, so the base switch goes from there and then to volume 3. So I think I should be able to do it like this. Just gonna stick that over there. Oh yeah, and if you stick around, I'm gonna show on this stream my pickup winding machine in a little bit, just a quick look at it, how it works. Oh yeah, that's good. That is good. All right, let's see the volume. All right, it's that, so volume. What? Why is it going over there? What? Volume 1, 2, and yeah, then 3 goes in here. Okay, yeah. My brain hurts from all that magic earlier today. I actually learned that I had played, we played this commander format, dual commander. So what I learned is that I had been playing my commander wrong this whole time. So, and then the funny thing, I was playing with a friend who hasn't played in well forever, pretty much, except he tried out the arena at some point, but you know. So we both learned a lot today. That was fun. All right, then we have a little switch for what? Grid. All right. It does something. All right, so I'm gonna see if I have to switch somewhere. Might not have it actually in this little thing. Oh. Got some parts here. Oh, this is gonna be cool. Start building a MIDI controller at some point. Ah, the switch isn't here. It is not. I could use this one though, so I'll put that aside. I'd like to find one. That's actually the one in the description. I might not have one though. That's kind of a bummer. Yeah, and the thing about what I realized from the playing error was that I need to change a whole lot of things in that deck, so it's fun because now the deck's gonna be much better. And I can just add a few cards. I don't have to do a lot. And also the thing is, like, I can improve it with cards I actually have, so I don't need to be buying stuff. Alright, I think I'm gonna use this switch, so I'm just gonna take a few of these. I always have like a, and this is good practice in my opinion, just to have some sort of a little cup or something you can chuck cards into, you know, and then sometimes I just dump it all on the table and sort them out, but sometimes, usually I know what I have there and it's easy to check, so good to have a little container like that. There we go. All kind of extra bits and things over there. Oh yeah, that's T-position single pull thing. Oh man, that's gotta figure out again. Like I said, my brain is in scrambles right now. Yep, let's just do it like this. My brain hurts. Yeah, I should. What was I saying? I was gonna say that I'm also getting into or trying to edit the video about, well, I've been getting video about the progress on the pickup winder, so get that video on my channel. So, and then make a really good one where I actually, you can see it in use. It's a whole series basically, pretty much, because then I'm gonna make the bobbins that you wind the wire into. I'm gonna make them from scratch as well. I can order them too, pre-made ones, but I just think it's fun to make those yourself as well. So of course I'm gonna do that, and I have done before, so I'm gonna be showing off the materials as well on this stream. I'm switching up, not just doing little builds. That's the thing. That's not all I do really at all. So it's fun to. Let's expand. Show my skills. All right. This one is actually with the weird switches and all. I think ready should be. Oh no! What? Volume 2. volume 2. Volume 2, so what was our volume was this one. So and volume 2 also went to tone 1. So apparently we gotta take one more lead from that into in there. Alright, so I'm gonna use this. Dun, dun, dun. Alright. Weird little bit. Oh, not even. Actually. Alright, and then this goes. That's good. Gotta flatten that out. Oh yeah, and like I said, I think I'm gonna start the nobles build as well. Nobles ODR 1. I've never tried one, so. And it is a really praised pedal, I gotta say, so. And while I'm at it, I might add some mods, or later on I might figure out like, hey, what can I do? There we go. Alright, so this thing should be ready. Like I said, this is gonna be tested out. Oh, what? Oh, this came loose. Just broke off from this one, yeah. So it is not ready yet. There we go. All right. Okay, so now this thing should be done. And it's ready to get tested, which I am not gonna do now though, because like I said, I'm gonna take out my self-made guitar cab, this little thing, which has that in there. So we're gonna do a sound check on the pedal, because it is a small amp basically, so it's an amplifier circuit. So I'm gonna mic that up, run this into it, and that's the best way to then hear how it sounds. So, but that's a little bit of a hassle to set that up, so that's why I'm not doing it this time. But we're done with the circuit. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk a little bit about the pickup winding. So I'm gonna clean up first. So, and the thing is that I had a machine years ago, which, well, worked just fine, pretty much, but it could have worked better, which I, of course, noticed when I got it up and ran it again after a long time, and I wanted to wind something, so I was like, well, this could actually be better, I think. And the thing is, like, I had to be so careful to not break the wire, which you know, could be done, but I figured like there has got to be a better way. So, and that's why I wanted to improve the machine. And then I figured like, well, the other thing about that is that it probably would be some nice content to make. And I hope so. I do gotta make the documentation and everything, like get it done, and then a list of the parts and so on, things to consider. And I'm gonna have those on my website as well. So if anyone wants to make their own, you know, they at least have some sort of guidance or instructions what to consider and so on. But the thing is, here we go. So these are the unmagnetized pole pieces. So, and what that means, they're not sticking together at all. And this is what you use. You can of course order magnets as well, these, but I chose to have them unmagnetized, and I have a few slabs like this. I think Alnico 2, as we see here, and I've ordered these from Stonecraft. Okay, yeah. So 2015. So that goes to show I've been doing this stuff for a while. And but yeah, these are for humbuckers, unmagnetized as well. So that's all back. So this is of course something you need. I don't know how many I have, but I have pole pieces for a few sets of single coil pickups, pretty much. Or then if I want to use, I wouldn't use those in a humbucker, of course. So, and then I got the ferrules like these, huge patch, and those are where the wire that you wind in the bobbin goes into. All right, and then you got, and I'm gonna use Bakelite board. So this sort of for the vintage feel. So, and that's where you then put this into, also the ferrules. And I'm gonna cut two plates from these for one pickup, of course. Then this is the wire. So, and I don't know if you can really see that, but it is really thin, and that's why it's pretty crucial to get your machine up and running in a way that it's not breaking all the time. And yeah, that was the hardest thing to do pretty much with the machine. And but I think I got it done. So, and then of course I did make, and I'm probably gonna make new ones. There's a little bit of errors in these, but I have these what do you call them, guides. So with these I use these to make the holes for the magnets. And the thing about these is you magnetize them yourself, and how you do that is you have two really powerful rare earth magnets like here, and they have that slab between them, so they don't they would break pretty much if they would slap together, and you don't want to get your finger between those. I mean, these are really heavy duty magnets. So, and then when your pickup is done and wound, you just slide it between those, and then it gets magnetized. And then you gotta also make sure you magnetize them because yeah, north and south basically. So you gotta figure out which way you want to be up and which way down. That's usually for a set of like Strat pickups. You got one for phase reasons and so on. You got one pickup wound counterclockwise, two clockwise, and so on. So these are these things that you gotta take into consideration. And then I got a tape. You just want to cover the wire after you're done, and you gotta wax pot them. So for that I got a paraffin and beeswax mix, and you just pot them, and that's also a step you need to take. And with that you gotta be careful so you don't actually set the wax in flames, but you got your methods for that. Just controlling the temperature is pretty essential when you're doing that. And that's basically, I'll say, the last step with the building your own pickups. And I'm gonna do so on my channel, since I got the machine now. I'm gonna be doing the flat work from scratch on this, but then I'm also gonna just order some. And I think probably plates for a set of 3 pickups that I can then change into my Strat. But I'm gonna use these whole pieces. I hope I can find flat work that suits it and so on. But yeah, what I'm gonna do now is, well, I think we can actually check out the machine. So I'm gonna showcase that, since I actually got it done just this week. I finished it pretty much. Still a few cosmetic things to do, but it's up and running really well. So I'm gonna do a little bit tweaking with my camera. So hold up. And then let's do something else. Let's change the image to the nobles. Oh yeah, there we go. So that's the thing I'm gonna be building after all this stuff. The ODR1. So yeah, this should be fun. Gonna get some, drink some Doom. Or maybe I'll do a gaming stream. I noticed that the Dark Agents is on sale, so you know, I might buy that one this month. Then I'll be off. Won't hear about me. Not gonna be making videos. I'm gonna be slaying demons. Slaying demons, grinding away, losing my nerve, turning down the difficulty on the game, cursing a lot, and yeah, all that sort of thing. Alright, but yeah, now I'm gonna do this thing for a moment. Then I'm gonna this is quite a hassle. Here. Oh damn, it's so hard to get this the way I want. There we go. Alright. And then here we are. Yes. So here we go. It's not the best view, but it will have to do for now. So it's working. I'm gonna walk you through this. Try and get that out of the way though. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, so I made this. And let's take a look. So, quite an upgrade from the old one. So, a scanner motor from printer, Canon printer. I have the exact basically one here that eventually broke because of manufactured obsolete, what do you call it? You know, they just make them, they built them so they fucking stop working. And yeah, so what I did, I smashed it and took some parts I could out of it that were useful, and one of them was this motor. And it's still the same one, so it's from an old printer, and that's in the center of basically of this whole thing. And then I did some weird tweaking to it. So I had to attach some bolts to extend it and have this system that I can hook these things up to, that when where the pickup bobbin then goes. Alright, and then I had to get myself a turn counter. So this is a cheap one from eBay. I think they cost, when I ordered them, they were like $7 or something. So I have that one because if you wanna wind a certain kind of pickup, well, you gotta keep count of the turns that you're gonna use. Then I also have the motor driver. So this one controls the speed that this then turns. And then I got a switch for on, and then clockwise and counterclockwise. There we go. So that's how it works. It got all the essentials. The turn counter is basically this thing, just notices when that little magnet blade over there goes past it, keeps that up. It works really well even when it's on fast. And then when you get the wire coming through, there's this little thing here that gives tension to the wire. This was the hardest thing to get working, so the wire won't break. So it goes between these little Velcro pads here, and this was one of the last things I did, was I got it working with this spring. So that really made this much better than I originally had planned. So that works. And then the wire goes from this little thing to that, and over here, and from there to the bobbin. So that's how it works. And then I gotta, of course, depending on how wide of a pickup I'm, or whatever I'm winding, I gotta adjust these. So I made a little place for that over there. This one works on battery, so I got a little battery holder. And then this little tool I had to modify for those. And that's where I could have designed this better, because I noticed it gets a little like tied over there, but it works still. And after I got it done, I don't really have to touch it anymore. It's on, stays on. All I need to do is get the bobbin over here, and I'm gonna get this nut with the wings on this as well to make it much easier. And then the battery just goes. Hold up. Yeah. Like that. And then we got our turn counter over there. And we can see it in action. So that's clockwise, which is kind of funny because the LED goes then over here. So I gotta remember that. And then when I end it, there we go. So, and it's running really, one of the other hardest things, because I'm working with wood and I didn't machine this thing, was to get that thing like really centered. And it actually is, this thing just moves a little bit right now because nothing's attached to it, but it's really centered as well right now. And it's spinning like just really straight, so I'm happy with that. We can see the turn counter is actually working. We did 148, and the biggest speed I usually have is around there. And then when you wind pickups, you might wind like 8,000, let's say, for some single coils. So it will take a while. We can just check for fun. Oh, and I like to see it just rolling like that. And I think I'm also gonna just put something on there so we can see it in action. Probably this little ferrule. So there we go, that's like 1,000. Now it got 1,000. So it doesn't take it too long to actually wind and pick up for yourself when you got the flat work and the bobbin done. So a couple of minutes pretty much. So depending how many turns you want and how many turns you can actually do. So but yeah, let me show you then. I'll just take that off. I might switch this to like aluminum or something. Then I put that on there. Then get that tightly between the Alright, and then just my little, that's why, this is why I want the, not with the wings, what do you call them, ears. I'm gonna call them wings because it sounds cool. Alright, and that's how, then our bobbin would be there. And then I'm just gonna, again, just spend a little bit of wire to showcase this. I have to take it here. So what you do with the spool is you basically have it between your legs. Oh damn, I can't get the camera right now. Let's see. But on the floor, and I have a setup in mind for that too, so I don't accidentally, when I'm winding a pickup, just kick it around. So I have a thing. So there we go. And then we'd, oh no, it just fell off. Yeah, it's just so thick, so rather thin. And usually you just take a little bit of it and wind some of it in there. And for now, and probably in the future as well, I have a little bit of tape. And then I'm just gonna tape it there. That. Like that. And then I'll get the wire between the tensioner, I call it. And then, because right now this is not fully automated, the scattering is going to be done by hand. So, and now I would just put some speed to it. And start winding like this. There we go. And yeah, it just filled it a little bit. So there we go. Just works beautiful. The tension, it really works. It's good. It gets the wire there tightly, which is what you want. So you don't want it to be loose when you're winding pickups. Not really. So yeah, it's this thing is ready for some action. Ready for some action and for some custom pickups. And I already actually mentioned that one thing I might do is, if you know I get subscribers onto my channel and everything, it would be at some point after a threshold nice to raffle one away, one custom pickup. So that's something I was thinking about. Might do that. And yeah, so but that's how it works. Works really well. Decided to get some pickups done. This I could put this back into the spool, but it's not so much that. Not really wasting much. I have a big spool that I'm using eventually. So yeah, I'm just gonna snap it off. Like that's how easily snaps. It's so thin. And yeah, that's of course one thing I might be streaming is this machine in action, me winding some pickups. There we go. So yeah, I mean, really cool. All I need to do is I have a lid for this. I just accidentally cut this to the wrong size. We can see there. So I need to go and get some off from here, and then it's just gonna sit on the top like that. You know, I had this idea about putting hinges on it, but what I'm actually gonna do is those are just gonna go under there, and then you can just lift it off and on. All right, and then when I'm done, of course, I'm just gonna always try and remember to take the battery off. So that works with battery, and put it there. Then I got everything I need over there. And one thing later on that I intend to do is, if I make certain pickups, I'm gonna have the instructions over here as well, because there's room, so I can laminate instructions for pickups and then have them there, and then when I'm doing something I can just pull up a card from there and be like, oh yeah, okay, 8,500 turns, blah blah blah, so on. Yeah. And then like I said, because I do have again a few of these Arduinos, so what I have in mind for this is a system, a motor in here that would be doing the scattering. So moving the wire basically back and forth. So then it scatters it automatically into the bobbin. So I don't have to do anything by hand at that point, basically. And I think the Arduino would also give me an option to have some buttons here. So then I could program the whole thing to like have the motor stop and so on when it reaches, when this turn counter reaches a certain threshold, and all that sort of stuff. So that's something I'd like to do. Hopefully we can, and then this thing would be like just a real machine. But yeah, it's really good now, of course, and like I showed, like getting those 1,000 turns doesn't take a lot of time, so eventually doing it by hand too is just quick. It's quick. You can build a pickup really fast. So that's not something that's really not necessary or anything to have it automated like that, but just something I'm interested in trying and figuring out how to do that. So, and yeah, it is totally doable. So kind of like, why not? You know. All right. Again, if you're watching this video, you got any questions about this or anything you'd like to ask, just do that in the comments. I'll try and answer best of my knowledge. So, but that's the pickup winder. All right. So then I gotta switch my camera around again and so on, and I think I'm gonna start the Dewil's ODR1 build. That's what we're gonna be doing. All right. So let me get this stuff out of the way. That's, again, like I showed, used to make the pickups. And hopefully I can get started with one next week. That would be cool. There we go. Yeah. I do gotta go and go to the woodworking shop, get the flat work done. Scratch. Gotta have precision. So I want to be using bench drill, and also for sawing the shape. It's just nice to have a bandsaw to do that with. And then later on, I also probably want to use a little bit of a disc sander thing. Okay. So it just makes it all that stuff. You can do it by hand and with hand tools and so on, but it's so tedious that not really worth the trouble, I'd say. Alright, so I'm just gonna switch up here and then I'm gonna start building the nobles. So another wearable build. Okay, I think that's good enough. All right. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you. YouTube. All right. So, nobles. ODR1. Open it. All right, there we go. Oh, there is a modification on this layout. It's from the Aeon effects. They sell, I think they sell boards and kits. So there's a base control mod. And I should have all the parts pretty much. Yeah, I do. I got the chips. I have the pots though. Oh, yeah, I got them. So let's get into that one. Do I have that? All that stuff? It might be that no. So I think I get a substitute, and then later on, just try and get the ones I need. All right, and again, like I said, making this possible, Data Electronics. Thank you very much. Your go-to place for at least mine. I do recommend it for parts, all kinds of parts. Root 50kc. No, we don't have that. No, we don't. All right, already. Yeah. Oh, I can. Oh, there we go. E25. Yay, we do have that. And then we're just gonna check what the rhythmic ones. 50. Yes, we do have that. Nice, nice, nice. Then 250. I think we have those for sure. We gotta have them. There we go. Gold one. And then 50k, and we're gonna use the logarithmic one for that. So, and I'm pretty sure we have one here somewhere. Come on, come on. I'm pretty sure it wasn't correct. Oh. Oh, that's 500. Of course it is. Oh no, we don't have 50. So we're gonna use B, linear one. For that then. Alright, well, you know, those will do. Those will do just fine. Yeah, it's the base control mod. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think it's normal. It's just three pots. So that's already like a modification. So oh, so we were still in luck. All right. And then we got 21 to 23. So let's start counting. Oh man, this is a big board. This is a big board. Can I? I think it won't even fit the smaller enclosure in the end if I build it. It can barely fit this. Yeah, it's measured for the 125B, I think. So, how many? Yeah, I don't have. 19, damn it. Oh, how many do I have here? 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah. So I'd have to cut there. Yeah, this is this board is huge. Even on here, it's kind of like this annoying to fit into. You put top mounted jacks on this though, I think, but still. I'm gonna build it anyways. I promised myself to do this. Alright, so, and then now I'm gonna just carefully do this again. Oh, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, one. So from there. All right, let's count again. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yes, 21. Yes. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I can cut from there, right? Yes. Okay, well, let's cut this up then. Yar. All the way from there. There we go. Go. And then there we go. And then some cleanup. There we go. All right. Oof. Oh, there we go. And yeah, that will make some good smaller builds. I do keep these in a bag. These small ones, they come in handy sometimes. So we should be ready with the board. And now there's 29 cuts. So yeah, gotta be careful with all of that, since it's quite long. Okay, so just gonna start with the 3, 4. So one goes here. So that's the first one on row 17A. So, and it goes, that's right. And then we got 7 from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 over there, like that. Now, when we flip it, they are in their places they should be at. All right, and then we go here, and I put 2 over there. Those are under the chip, right? 8, 9. No, I already made a mistake almost. They are actually right over there. Nope. Come on. I'm beginning to think I shouldn't be doing this right now if I'm starting to make. Oh yeah, you can see it on the hello. Oh, thank you for the subscription. Yeah, I'm having fun here, and the Nobles ODR1. It's the AN FX sites Andromeda. I'll be putting the link in the description for the layout later on, so if you want to check back at some time. But it's the Dirtbox layout site where you can find it. But I usually do that. Sometimes I just decide what I'm gonna build when I'm streaming. And that was kind of the case today. You build pedals yourself? I'm not sure if there's like some sort of a lag or, I mean. Oh yeah, nice. This is a fun hobby that might end up saving you money or but it's one of the usual the reason why people start like ooh. I'm messing up again here. I gotta get my what's gonna be your first build, or have you done one already, or? Steel wool will do the trick. So if you mess up with these marks, you can use steel wool to basically erase them. So that's what I'm gonna do now over there. It will make the copper really shiny and nice too. So. Yeah, actually, I do have some, like, I'd say good videos about starting out the pedal building on my channel. So do check those out, and if they help, or if you have something to ask, just let me know. So. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, you got your usuals, and I, as you can see, by the way, I do gotta say, like, if you start building more, especially, and so on, you know, it's the Tata is a good place to order parts from. I did a video about that. I've been using them since 2017, I think so. So you can pretty much get everything from there. And especially for the one of my recommendation is when you're getting the jacks. I remember when I first started, I got ones from eBay, and then later on my pedals started to break and had all sorts of issues and so on. And the reason usually was the eBay jacks. So get good ones. you're gonna save a lot of trouble doing that, I gotta say. And yeah, it's good to start with something like, well, decently simple and like small. Learn to soldier. Do you have any like soldering experience from before? Well, if you always like, there's this Lundal. No, not Lundal. But I think I made this little video about that thing too. I'm gonna just try and show you. I got the good ones here. New trick is always nice, but when you go for these you don't usually, I think those are a bit expensive, but they are good. So, yeah. My parts seem to be just scattered around. I gotta check this box for quickly. I do want to find them though, so. Here we go, yeah. I thought they were here, so. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's good. Then it's probably gonna just go much smoother. You know, you got that in. So yeah, for the jacks, you usually want to have this, and you want to look for something like this. So the eBay ones are this plastic part. It's just really like thin, and these are really like too bendy, and this connection usually breaks and starts just like spin around. So then you're gonna have like grounding issues, and that's so. But usually, any like places that are specialized in the pedal building and whatnot, if you order from there and you get the jacks, they should be good. And these are from, again, like from Peida, so you can get the good ones from there. So the only thing you gotta is just, you know, the customs can be a hassle, but I've done it so many times that it's really straightforward process for me. So once you do it like once, it's after that it's usually easy to get that done also. All right. Yeah, I mean, and the resistors and capacitors and so on. So that stuff is like you know, and then those ones you can usually get. I started out with like these variety packs, especially on the resistors and so on. From the transistors, I don't recommend either like getting those like variety packs, because what you're gonna end up is a lot of like transistors that you won't ever need, because they're not commonly used in pedals. So again, for those as well, better to go to a shop that's kind of specialized in this, and then check what they usually have. And I think you might be able to also find out, there's a few sites that, you know, give you a good list of what you can build when you put a list of components you have available and so on there. So it gives you recommendations, and it picks them up from two sites I commonly use, which is the effects layouts and then the Dirtbox layouts. So and those are good sites to check if you already haven't. So. This is always gonna kind of like mirror it and flip it and check it. Remember that. And especially with the bigger build like this, you want to make sure that your cuts are in the right place, so you don't screw up a board. Done that. So 2 over there, and then 2 apparently over here. Yes. Yeah, that looks correct. Yeah, and yeah. If you have any questions, just shoot. So I might be able to help. I am no electric engineer though, or anything like that. So. There we go. So do you have like the first build in mind already, or? We can do. Yeah, that's usually a good place to start. And the base fuzz is one of the best ones. Yeah, I've done that, and it's then if you wanna you can it's a really simple fuzz build and it sounds amazing. So base fuzz with 2 Z's on the base, and then at some point, if you want to have some fun, you can do it on breadboard and then start checking out how you can tweak it and add and modify it. So it's a really good circuit for that because it's so simple, but then you can kind of like add to it and see what you can do with that. Base fuzz, one of my favorites. That seems to go there. No, again, hooked up over there. Then there. And fuzzes are fun, easy to build. At some point you might realize that damn, it's all pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, it's just uh, all starts to kind of like sound the same. So then if you keep building and so on, it's kind of fun to modify then stuff you know how it sounds like, and the ones you really like, and but you'd like to like if this would have a little bit more than that, so eventually you're gonna learn what to do to make it sound more like you want, if that's, if you're, or have it the options. I get a, I have a big muff on my board that has a lot of modifications to it. And yeah, I mean, it sounds really good. Big muff, already a good sound, but then if I want it to have a little bit more like bottom end, I can just flip the switch and be like, okay, now it's right there. And that's really one like cool thing about this hobby as well. There we go. All right, let's see if I have all the parts here. So yeah, you're gonna get some cool tips here. And hey, do join me another time. I mean, this time I gotta cut this a bit short, so I'm probably gonna do these cuts and then all the links and start to soldier a little bit. But my shoulder is messing with me, so I gotta get up from the chair and move. And I think I'm gonna show something. I did the Ruby amp here earlier. Finished this one earlier today. So later this week we're gonna be hearing this. So I'm gonna hook it up to a 10-inch speaker I have, and I'm gonna mic that up, and I'm gonna give a little bit of a demo about how the noisy cricket sounds like. So I'm gonna be streaming more this week, so you know. And then I'm gonna of course be building this one. Alright. So we should have 29 cuts. 11, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 29. It seems to be all there. So then I just hope they're correct. Make a little quick check. Read between that. Yeah, that seems to be good. That's there. So we're there. Yeah. Or yep, or that. All right, everything looks to be. So here's how I do the cuts, like a little hand drill like this, or whatever. But you know, people do it with, try to do it with. But this is like, no, it's. I've done that too. It's. Ugh. So this is the easiest way, basically. It's just get a metal, nice quality metal drill bit, and there you go. That's your cut right there. And this is like really the simplest, fastest way I figured out. And you don't need to like go the whole way through. I wouldn't actually. So, and then you just 3mm is the drill bit size I use. I found out that that's the best. There we go. I do need to do a little bit of cleaning with the knife, but usually after this make sure there's no bridges or just copper that lets the soldier then flow to the other strips. Oh yeah, do you like play the guitar or the bass? Or hey, the pedals can sound really cool with, of course, like synths and so on as well. So oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The bass was sounds great on bass and on guitar too. You play in any bands or? Oh, oh, that's upright. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. So this sort of a cleanup. Usually just a little bit of I have to do it. There we go. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, I used to be in a music class when I was a kid. Little. Now I just do my own thing. All right, so that's the start of the build right there. Everything's all this is hopefully in the right places. Then I can do a little bit of that too, with the steel wool. it oh, oh, still gotta, there we go. All right, so and for the links I have copper wire, so everything that's not under sockets that I'm gonna be using for the circuits, I use this one, and then I got this thinner one when I can find it. Where is it? Here we go. This one goes under the sockets. Alright, so I'm just gonna get these all in place, and then I'm gonna solder these. Okay. Got a small one. In right over here somewhere. Yes. Oh, next to it, longer one. Yeah, when I get these soldered, I gotta stop and give my back a break. Alright. Oh. And we got the ones that go under. Okay. Looks right. But yeah, do come and hang out, and you know, it's always nice to hear about people's bills, and especially if they're when they're successful, share the joy. That one seems to go there. Sure. Yeah. Alright. And then with the black, like round circles, means that they have the wire, so they're kind of like double linked. So 1, 2, 3. You'll see what I mean here. No, not there. There. Yeah, and that's why it's nice to use the thinner one also in these places, because now we gotta fit another one in that same hole. There we go. And this is just I've in my mind the really like the cheapest option you have, and the best one, especially like I said, for the links that go under the sockets. It just makes soldering these on then much easier. Yeah. There we go. Come on. Yeah, one more. One, two, four. Right. And then these ones again. Thick one. There we go. Longer one. Oh, actually put that on there. Oh, that one over here somewhere. Where is it? Right over there. Oh yeah, that was a lucky guess. And I was in the right place. I didn't count, I just pumped it there. Like it should be here. Right around here. That was correct. Oh, one more under the pocket, I think. From there. Here. Alright. How many links? 14. Well, we should be done with this soon. And yeah, in the beginning I did a few of these and I used this under, and yeah, it's just made the soldering the sockets on much harder. So again, one of these things you just figure out, or then you can take the advice and just make it much easier on yourself. Get a spool of bare copper wire, a few thicknesses. There we go. All right, let's check if we have, oh, one more link over there. That all that should be, looks like it. So one, no, so there. All right, that should be all of it. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes. And they should be in the right spots. I think so. just gonna check the double linked ones that they're a pain in the ass to get off. If they're not, 3 between that. Yeah, good. 2 between there. Then 1, 2, 3 again. Between that, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So it goes those, and then all the way from there, which leaves 1, 2, 3, 4 in between there. Oh, under it. Alright, yeah. So that's all good. All good. Let's turn on the iron. Get my this thing and the little thing. And after I'm done with soldering these, it's time to give my back a break. Stop streaming, do something else, and then we're gonna get back later on this week. Alright. And again, I'm gonna say, because I am really grateful, thank you to sponsor, made this possible, streaming these builds right now. Thank you, Data Electronics. Good place to order parts from. Like I said, I'm not saying this because I got sponsored. I'm saying this because I've been using their services long before then, since 2017. So yeah. All right, here we go. Let's do some soldering. Quiet mode. I'm focused. That's why. Gotta go quiet when you're focused, right? Not necessarily though. I can keep talking. Still do a good job with this. Because after when you've done it enough, it doesn't really require that much of your attention. Comes kind of like automatic. Okay. Alright, almost done. And then, like I said, time to end the stream. And next time I gotta check my camera setup. Like I said, we're gonna be miking up that 10-inch speaker. We're gonna play through the noise cricket, see if it works. Actually, I haven't even tested it yet, so that's something I'm gonna do. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna push that in a bit. So gotta take that off. And anything else? That's kind of annoying. There we go. That's better. Yeah, there we go. That's how you can do that. Alright, everything looks good. I'm gonna press that in a little. Oh no. Okay, and then turn off the iron and just clean it up. So cut the legs. And here's, if you're still watching, one more tip: get putters that are flush, really flush. So if you're building, especially on Vero boards, you can make really good cuts on the legs. All right, that's it. Oh. Everything's looking good. So, got some trash. Get rid of. And yeah, I mean, all of those who were watching, thank you. And like I said, we're gonna be continuing this week. So, Nobles, ODR1. I gotta update the thumbnail, give a better description about what we're doing. Oh, I'm gonna still push that in a little bit too before we go. But yeah, this is a really, really popular, highly praised pedal that a lot of the, I'll say, session, especially players, have on their board. And some won't live without it, they would say. And we're gonna hear if there's a reason for that. I might need to check some tips how to make it sound really good before we're actually putting it together and doing some sound checks with it. But there's the beginning of our Nobles ODR1 with the bass control mod. So yeah, thank you. And if you have any questions, anything you'd like to know, ask about pedals or any of the other stuff you see on my channel, just shoot. I'll try and answer to the best of my knowledge, as always. And hope to see you back again. I'm off. I gotta get up, stretch, like I said, take care of my shoulders, back. All right, I'm off. Have fun. Rock on.